You'll hear this when you're ready to stop being a victim to the market. This video is going to trigger quite a few of you. And if you're not ready to level up, you may as well click off this video if you don't want to own your results. If you are triggered by the truth, you may as well click off and go find a comfy, cushy cat video to watch. That'll keep you entertained. This video is for those serious traders that actually want to do the work on themselves and grow up and level up in their trading. You see, you are one of two things when you come to the market. You either own your mistakes or you blame the market. If you think that blaming the market is the easy thing to do, then yeah, that is true. That's the easy thing to do, because it's very difficult to own up and grow up and, own your own mistakes. So you think that you lack strategy. You think that your broker is against you. You think that the prop firm is against you. You think the government's against you. The economy is against you. You have abandonment issues. Maybe, you grew up on your own. Nobody loved you. You're blaming everything but yourself. And the truth is, it's none of those things. The truth is, you just lack structure. It's that simple. You lack structure in your strategy. You lack a system. And I see it all the time with the students that I coach. They think that they need a new strategy. They think they need a new mentor, a new guru, a new whatever, something shiny. So they keep switching strategies and then they never master anything. They're too diluted. They're all over the place. They're blaming everything but themselves. They're blaming the broker. But in actual fact, all it really took for their breakthrough was to just go inward and look inside them and do the work, face the demons. This is the hard part, right? So by the end of this video, you're going to understand what being a victim looks like. And you're going to be able to call yourself out. You're going to be able to see it happening in real time. When you catch yourself acting like a victim, you're going to be able to snap out of it and call yourself out so that you can work on the issues instead of ignoring the issue, the real issue. And then from there, you can level up. It's that simple. So before we get started, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and like and subscribe and drop a comment below. This is going to help boost the algorithm and get this video message out to more traders like you. I would appreciate that. Thanks. Let's get started. Victimhood in trading looks like this. You blame the broker for having wide spreads. You blame getting stopped out by the market by a few pips and then it moves in your direction. You blame your broker or your prop firm. You blame the prop firm for having strict rules. Maybe you blame them for having consistency rules because you cannot be consistent, so you have to blame them and you'll never pass. Or you blame Biden, you blame Trump, you blame some war that you'll never even see with your own eyes. Or you blame some lockdown, some government, just something. And it's easy. right? When you go on this tangent of blaming everything, there's this thing, your finger, when you point the finger at something else, right? There's three fingers pointing back at you. Now, remember this, right? When you point the finger at something else or someone else, there's more fingers pointing back at you. You should always remember this because ultimately it's you. And so ownership looks like this. When you understand that ultimately nobody is coming to fucking save you. Nobody is coming to help you. You can blame everything all day, every day for the rest of your days and get nowhere. Nobody is going to care. The market doesn't care. The market does not care that you're having a bad hair day or your dog died this morning or you were abandoned as a kid. Nobody loved you. You didn't have a dad. You got daddy issues or your girlfriend left you or you can't pay your rent. The market doesn't owe you shit and nobody does. Nobody cares. It's just you. So you have to step up to the plate and face your demons, these demons, and be real and be honest with yourself. Because when you can do this, that's the first step to moving forward, to growing, getting out of this victim mindset. It's so easy to blame everything else but yourself because you have an ego. The ego doesn't like to take responsibility. The ego likes to blame something else. The ego is always pointing the finger at something else rather than itself because it feels uncomfortable to blame yourself, to take ownership of why you got stopped out. Maybe you got stopped out because your stops were too tight. You're greedy, or you held your trades for too long, or you held on to losing trades because you didn't want to be wrong, because you were hoping that it would turn around and go in your direction. So now you're left holding the bag, a loss. You have to have a way of writing down your excuses. Every time you make an excuse, try to blame something, you have to write it down. You got to journal your excuses. Every time you try to blame your broker or the prop firm for not giving you enough time or making the rules so difficult to pass the challenge, or you don't have enough money from your job to buy a challenge, or you got too many responsibilities, you got kids to feed, you've got bills to pay, just everything. It's always something but you. So you got to take ownership and change this, because when you do, you give yourself power. You take back the power when you own it. When you blame something else external, you're giving your power away. You're not improving. You're not going to grow. And I say this with all due respect. I want to see you win. And that's why I make these videos for you. Because I used to be just like that, blaming everything else. Can't do this, can't do that. Oh, I can't. Like, it's just bullshit. And until you snap out of it, you can get stuck in this cycle for your whole life. I've seen people, like my own family member, they just don't want to learn nothing. They don't want to take ownership. It's always something else. And when I notice it, it just makes me disappointed. And so if I see it in myself, I don't accept it. And neither should you. I'm not perfect. I'm close, but I'm not perfect. But the road to perfection or the road to improvement starts with yourself. And then it, comes on to your trades. The moment you take responsibility for your trades and you start to journal your trades, you start grading your trades. So you know what A plus setup looks like. You know how to give it a grade. You have a system. You don't just have a strategy. A strategy is nothing without a system. Trading is boring, right? A business is boring. It's all systems. Everything is built around a system. If you don't have a system yet, then you better go make one after this video. Go figure out how to grade your trades. Do you know how an A plus setup looks like? Because once you can start doing this and owning it instead of doing the lazy thing and just trying to click buttons and trade from your memory and then blaming the market when you lose, how about you take ownership and grade yourself? Be honest with your trades. Then this will stop you from FOMOing. This will stop you from getting into trades that are too early, into bad trades. This will make you think when you have a system to grade your trades. So then you know you're getting into an A plus setup or not. And if you got into an A plus setup and you took a loss, that's fine. You can handle it, right? It's okay. It's part of your edge. You have to have a way of journaling your trades, grading your trades, journaling your emotions, full accountability. Everything is on you. Nobody else is coming to save you. I can't do it. I can come on here every day and rant and talk and say the things that I wish myself 10 years ago heard, because back then this kind of information was highly guarded. Nobody was talking about it. So what am I going to do? Am I going to blame YouTube for not putting that video out at that time when I needed to see it? No, I just deal with it. But you saw this video now for the right reasons, because you're ready. You're ready to stop playing a victim. You're ready to level up, to own your trades, to own your mistakes. It's the most empowering thing that you could ever do. When you own your trades, you own your future. You become powerful and you become dangerous. You're unshakable, you become untouchable. That's when you level up to the boss level. No matter how shit the situation or how bad it is, it's just, at the end of the day, it's just you. It's on you. There's no entitlement. Nobody owes you anything. The market owes you nothing. It doesn't even know you exist. Your broker barely knows you exist. You're just a number. So you gotta be real with yourself. And this is the best advice any trader can get. Because it's nice to, have a trader teach you how to trade and show you trading strategies and all of this. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. But very few people will tell you what I'm telling you, because I'm keeping it real with you. Because I wish I knew this. And I can't blame anybody but myself. And I'm owning it. So I want to pass this on to you so that you know that this is now your time. There's no more excuse to play small, to play the victim. It's time to level up to the final boss level. And you do that by changing your programming, your mindset. You got to get out of this loser mindset and think like a winner. You got to be hungry. You got to think like a killer. How bad do you want it? Are you going to accept responsibility, or are you going to just keep blaming everything else? Like, like everybody else that loses. There's not one successful trader I know that is not accountable for their own actions. They don't have excuses. They know excuses and blaming other people doesn't fucking put money in the bank. That stuff doesn't pay the bills. So you have to be serious about this, and from next week, go into the market and take full accountability. If you overtraded, be honest with yourself and figure out why. Maybe you have bad programming. Maybe you are hating your position in life. You want to get out of your job so badly. So you think that trading more is going to make more money. It doesn't work like that. Or you revenge trade. Why? Are you trying to get back at the prop firm? Are you trying to get back at your broker? Who are you getting back at? Because they don't feel it. They're not interested. They don't feel the pain. It's the only pain is going back at you, straight back to you. So you need to reprogram yourself. Do the shadow work. If you want to do shadow work, check out the first link in the description. This will upgrade you and put you on the boss level. But you have to do something, right? You cannot just sit there and do nothing. I know you're trying. I know you're tired. I know it's hard. I feel it. I feel it. I really do. I've been there. And the best thing you can do is not give up. But the worst thing you can do is not give up and keep blaming outside circumstances and not take accountability. So this was the video where all of that changes now. There's no more. There's no more excuse. You know now. You cannot pretend you didn't hear this message. So, if you're new to my channel, go ahead, like and subscribe and drop a comment below. If you do want to do the internal work, if you want to do the psychology work, upgrade your mindset, then by all means, check out the first link in the description, the Inner Edge Pro. Other than that, you're on your own. So I'll see you in the next video. Take care now. Bye.